It's a bull, at least in the physical markets. Hey, what's up? And good morning, I guess good afternoon. This is Brian Kuzmar. We're Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. I've got the Viva the Keys live cam up, and look at those tasty little snappers there. Whole bunch of them. Live camera from the Keys, and you can watch this yourself. Pretty cool. It's called the Lower Florida Keys Underwater Cam. And again, live cam underwater, kind of moves around. Lots of snappers today. Well, what's going on in the precious metal markets? Basically no soup for you. So I said it yesterday. I've been saying it for a couple days now that there's shortages coming up. Now all of a sudden there are, so if you take a look across some of your online sites that you would typically buy from before you found yourself a good local dealer like myself, you'll look and you'll see that a lot of products are just not available, limited, and at the very least, if product is available, the prices, right? I mean, the premiums are way high. And folks, this is not greedy dealers. I'll tell you the two reasons that are causing this. The primary reasons that are causing this is, number one, supply and demand really does exist in the physical markets. Maybe not in the paper markets. Well, I mean, it does, but supply and demand in the physical markets means so much more. People want the stuff in hand. They're going to pay for it. They want certain delivery times, and they want it in their hand. And again, that is what people are willing to pay the premium for right now. There's such a shortage out there. Nobody wants to sell their silver. Do you want to sell your silver and gold right now? No, you're probably a buyer if you're not just sitting and holding at the moment. So we've got tons of buyers out there for physical products, 1 ounce, 10 ounce, 100 ounce bars. Actually, the last thing really readily available right now is 100 ounce bars. All the smaller products have been eaten up pretty quickly. And again, you'll find them out there on some of the websites. However, the premiums now are surpassing $4, where they were down as low as $3 for a little bit there, a short period of time. And yeah, there's big issues there. There's also, I think, huge issues with physical deliveries being made. There's a lot of silver, or there's a lack of silver out there. And more or less, I think that some big entities are out there fighting for these 1,000-ounce silver bars. And when the 1,000-ounce silver bars get harder to find, it gets a little harder to chop them down into smaller products. So, I mean, we've got a couple things: supply and demand issues, and as I said, bullshit paper prices with COMEX and CRIMEX and all that stuff. Because what should not be happening right now, prices of gold, silver, and platinum should not be falling. Another issue that we have out there is the spot prices are just freaking crazy. I mean, they're different from, this is yesterday's meme, by the way, and this is true. I mean, this is the paper gold markets. This is the COMEX and the LBMA are basically holding up Bernie, which is the paper markets, which are basically dead. And and again, if physical prices, I mean, if the prices that we're seeing online, the prices that when you turn on and look for your spot prices, if those were correct, we wouldn't be seeing the premiums we are on a lot of these products. So there's some nonsense going on out there. And remember, COMEX, I call them CRIMEX, again, that's my opinion, and the LBMA are crooked entities out there. The CME runs COMEX, and they run the overnight Globex markets as well. They're involved with all commodities. And their credibility is really shit when it comes to the silver community. The silver community as a whole, the physical stackers out there, maybe not the big entities that are buying and selling gold and silver, they're completely out of touch. And they buy just mostly paper, which they cater to the COMEX markets, and that's who COMEX caters to. So the price structure that we use on a daily basis to determine what gold and silver is on a daily basis is based on bullshit CRIMEX markets and LBMA markets. And it's not just my opinion, it's the opinion of a lot of people way smarter than me, folks. It's been going on for a long time. CME Group and COMEX is just blowing their credibility in a major way. It's going to get worse. Wait till this credibility issue spreads into the other COMEX markets and the other LMB. I mean, they're in trouble, man. They really are. And the fact that they're continuing to allow this happen just shows that I don't know what nonsense this stuff is. I'm going to do a quick refresh here. I'm going to show you how strange spot prices are right now. Let's take a look at 1985.97, 25.86 in silver, and I'm going to pop over to JM Bullion. Now, JM Bullion is the 800. They are the 800-pound gorilla in online sellers out there. They're owned by at A-Mark, I believe, and it's a giant corporation that's involved with. They also own Silvertown. They own their own mints as well. So, I don't think anyone would argue with me to say that in the United States, JM Bullion, not Amex, JM Bullion is probably the largest retailer online out there, bar none. And let's take a look at their spot prices. Right now, I'm going to do a quick refresh. This is a screen that we use every day. You're familiar with this, CCE, great service. So something tells me that the spot prices are off on CCE and other sites like Kitco, because we'll look at Kitco as well, and or JM and SD, and them have it right, unless they're pumping up their prices a little bit. But take a look at the difference here. Most recent price, 25. Let's call it 25.86 and 1986 and 25.86 here. A couple 86s there, and look what they're showing on JM. Let's see here. And I'll do 1995. So basically, we're looking at what, $10 higher on gold, 25.86 on silver. What are they showing? Look at that, 15, 20 cents higher on silver. So the spot prices out there are all screwed up. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm not sure, again, whether my spot prices are too low here, or whether we've kind of been drifting in the middle a little bit. And there's a couple other places we derive subscription services only that we derive our prices from, like this CCE site. But again, I can tell you there's a diversion amongst all of them. And as I said, look at such a huge difference in the spot prices we're looking at listed versus what JM has got them listed at. Now, I would tend to think that JM would cover their ass a little bit, maybe pump up those prices a little bit, but I'm not quite sure what the, what are they using? What future spot prices, spot prices are they using to derive these prices from? I don't know. And if anybody does know, please feel free to make a comment out there in the comment section. And again, I'm going to refresh this, and we're going to get into the highs and lows here. I want to take a look at what the 24-hour market charts did too. And we're going to do that in a second here, but I want to even show you that Kitco is probably closer in line with the prices that I typically use. Look at 1985 on silver and 1985 on gold. And then if we go back here, and I'm going to do a quick refresh on the silver price here on the Kitco charts. It's looking like, there you go, 25.84, 25.95, the bid and ask on Kitco. And if I took a look at the CCE prices, yeah, we're sitting kind of right in a 25.87, so that's close enough. But as I said, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, and APMEX, their prices are, their spot prices are quite a bit higher than the spot prices I'm looking at. Again, look at that, a $10 difference on gold. They're $10 higher on JM, and I think APMEX and SD is the same way. And silver, they're almost 20 cents higher. That's significant, folks. What's with the discrepancies in spot prices here? I can't figure this out. And again, it's been going on for a couple days. However, there's one thing I'm certain of, and we're going to go back to prices and look at ranges here. Take a look at these ranges here. Well, there's one thing I'm certain of, folks, and I said it yesterday and the day before, and we had a few people saying, oh, there's plenty. There's not plenty. There's a big deal going on with the shortage of actual physical metals. Now, you can probably buy all the paper bullshit you want, but physical metals, there is a lack of certain products out there. And we'll take a look. We'll go on to JM's site and take a look and see how many pages just say not available. But meanwhile, let's quickly look at the ranges overnight. 1960, the low, 1999 is the high. We're going to party like it's 1999, folks. Got to love that number. Currently sitting at 1985.53, if you believe my spots and Kitco spots. And if you're looking at JM spot, APMEX, and SD spots, they're actually $10 higher, showing 1995 and 20 cents higher than this. Let's look at the overnight ranges on silver. 25.45, a high at 26. Silver is kind of right in that 50-cent crazy range that it's always been, but sitting at 25.87, and platinum is that sub 1100 mark right now at 10.75. And look at palladium, man, just giant dump, $151 down. We had a high of 33 or 36 last week. And I said there was going to be a big jump in palladium because of the sanctions, but apparently not for long, because that number has come down substantially as well. Excuse me, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee here. It's not wine time yet, so one sec. Okay, now that we've looked at the highs and the lows here, again, I'm going to take a look at JM Bullion stuff. Let's take a look at the 24-hour charts and see where the activity occurred. As far as spot gold prices here, you can see this is yesterday's prices, sideways from 1980. But again, look at Wednesday's monkey hammering. This is overnight monkey hammering in the Globex, Crimex markets, obviously. Yeah, and this just doesn't make sense. If there's a big shortage of physical products out there, and there's some geniuses that try to explain it, well, nobody can explain why the physical product itself is in such great demand and not available, yet the price goes down. Does that make any freaking sense to you folks? No. And it simply tells you that the COMEX, owned by the CME Group, and the LMBA are just plain crooked. As I said, that's my opinion and the opinion of people way smarter than me. So, way smarter than me. Okay. So, as far as and what am I smart at? I know products, but I'm not a graph reader and I can't read reports like a lot of these folks do. But there are crooked again from what everyone's saying and from the evidence that we do have. Let's take a look at the 24-hour spot prices right now. Sideways, again, after that monkey hammer on Wednesdays. Thursday was kind of just a sideways day as well. Crazy buying on Wednesday. Tapered off again. Retail sales tapered off a little bit yesterday. Kind of steady through the day. Same thing as today. I think a lot of precious metal buyers, especially the smaller ones, are waiting to see what direction this heads in. And again, not product delays and product non-availability of product is certainly going to hurt retail sales as well to some degree. Myself included, but I'm working my ass off to get product in, that's for sure. Let's take a look at, and I'm going to tell you too, if you're looking for product out there, and well, here, let me get through this real quick. And let's take a look. We had the same thing. Here's a monkey hammering on Wednesday on precious metals by Crimex, LMBA, whoever you want to say it was. Yesterday was a sideways market. I'm sorry, the red line, sideways market. And today, kind of the same thing, hovering in that $26 ounce per range. And gold is hovering in that, again, $19.99, $2,000 range, near that. So it's very strange out there. And as I said a couple days ago, I was talking about availability of products. Let's just quickly, well, let me move through before, again, I want to just get back to products and what availability and the real issue that's going on right now. Market's kind of funky as well with Dow Jones, S&P, and the NASDAQ kind of sideways and down a tad. And looks like crude oil's up, but we expected that. And Bitcoin, as I said, it's just been blowing my mind. It is literally following the equities market. And I had the ability to talk to a young man yesterday that had made literally millions of dollars in the crypto markets. He was one of the first guys in. He didn't sell it at the high, but he sold it. He didn't even sell it close to the high, and he still made millions of dollars. But again, I think he bought it at a couple dollars per Bitcoin or something. That's how long he was in it. And he bought a lot of them. All right, so he'd done very well for himself. But he said the same thing as I was saying yesterday. He says Bitcoin's done with. He says it's going to be a glorified money market fund run by government and big whales, big corporations out there. He says it's done as well. And he agreed with me that all the things we were told, first off, the anonymity of Bitcoin was a lie. He said, yeah, that's true, it was. It turned out to be. And then it was going to be like money, turned out to be a lie. And the fact that Bitcoin was going to surpass and take over the role of gold, which I knew that was the biggest lie. Now, Bitcoin's not the lie, but the people that were trying to promote this stuff were lying to us, okay? Obviously, they knew all this, in my opinion. And again, the days of getting rich in the wild, wild west of Bitcoin are done with. It's over, folks. It's just a glorified money market. And as I said, and the young man agreed with me yesterday, the reason that Bitcoin and other alternative forms of they want to call it money, are not going to survive and live is because of two things I said from the very beginning. Governments and banks hate competition. That's all you got to know. All right, so let's move along to here. And as far as product availability out there, this is where I really shine, and I said it a couple days ago, and there were some doubters. There were some doubting Thomases out there that said, there's no shortage of silver. Well, you're starting to see it today. I saw it coming in early, talking to the people I've known that have been in this industry for 30, 40 years, in the retail and wholesale buying and selling of physical products, not in the paper markets, not in the charts and stuff like that. I'm very well connected into people that do this in the physical markets on the wholesale and retail basis. And I saw the writing on the wall last week. I didn't really start to occur to me because I've been busy as hell with elections and family health things going on with my. But this week I saw it. I talked to some friends, and I told you. I don't mean to say I told you so, but I did tell you so. And you're seeing it today. Best deals out there. Silver, we've had to raise our prices. I can't even get 1 ounces right now, or 10 ounces. I'm kind of looking around searching for 1 ounce and 10 ounce generic product, which has always been the cheapest product. I got plenty of maple leafs right now, or the Canadian Wolves and Eagles, which are the same as a maple leaf, silver. I've got plenty of 100-ounce bars, and I've got a couple I don't have many kilos left, all right? But I got plenty of 100-ounce bars, and 100-ounce bars seems like to be the best deal out there. Let me take a look and see approximately what we're looking at on the spreads. Limited quantity even on 100-ounce bars, folks. Wow. But I think you might still be able to get 100-ounce bars from me for spot plus $3. You know, when you're considering that the silver 1 ounce rounds, they're just saying not available, not available. Wow. And that's hard to believe. Kilos, there's an order coming in, but the kilos, I can get kilos at a really good price. They're going to be spot plus $3 for small quantities. However, I've got to lock them in now. I've got to buy them before this next shipment comes in. So if you want kilos and you want them for spot plus $3, you've got to come in and prepay them. You're locked into that price, but I do have that available for my customers down here in South Florida that are worried about not getting any silver. As far as 1s and 10s, man, I'm working hard to get them, but really there's not too much out there right now. Same thing with gold. I was surprised to see that gold bars were getting hard to find. Well, listen, what we got going on out here, remember they're cutting off gold sales out of Russia. So Russia supplies a lot of gold, and I'm sure silver as well. Think about that. And we talked about this in yesterday's video. What idiots are people in Washington D.C., both blue and red people are, and what idiots the administration is that's currently in power with their idiot knee-jerk feel good America, go America, Russia bad narrative that they're pushing out there. And again, if you want to watch what I said, you can watch it yesterday. Government, when government says we're here to help you, close the fucking door. I'm telling you, I don't care if you're a country, an individual, or a corporation, close the fucking door. Those people could screw up a wet dream. But I digress, and if you watch yesterday's video, I talk about how we caused Ukraine, our government did. We caused the breakup of Ukraine in 2016 under the Obama administration with Ambassador Newland, who's today lying about bioweapons. Again, I digress, and let's stay with the silver here, okay? So we have cut off a large supply of silver and gold and platinum and palladium into our markets. Markets are down on this stuff. It just shows me how crooked these COMEX markets are, because you know why? Here's what's happening. These big short positions have to own this metal somehow, especially BOFA, and they're not even through the COMEX. That's a private derivative deal between them and JP. So there's a huge amount of silver needed to cover these things. And again, they're losing big money, man. And until they cover this silver, BOFA's losing huge money. Now, are there ways for them to offset by buying another position on that? I'm sure there are, but it can't be too cheap. And Ted Butler talks about this. BOFA's got to be $10 billion down on this silver and gold deal at least, okay? And the big short positions in the COMEX markets are even more. So this is where all the silver is going, folks. This is why you're seeing this right now. No soup for you, okay? Because not only are they manipulating COMEX markets in LMBA, not only and the big commercial banks that they cater to, who are really the real crooks, collusive crooks. Not only are they catering to them, they're trying to suck up all the metal so they can cover their positions, keep the price down, because they have no other choice right now. But when have you ever seen products in big demand and small supply and the prices go down? When? How does that happen? All right? This tells you how crooked these fucking people are. I'm sorry I've said it. Today it's the F word week for me, but sometimes you got to just call these people out, man, and that's who they are, crooks, all right? Boy. So if you can pick up 1s, 10s, and 100s, and you can pick them up for the sub spot plus $4, sub plus $3, even if you're possible, great. So our silver eagles, I do have plenty of those, but they're man, I got them cheaper than Atmex, JM, and SD Bullion. As you know, I advertise to beat those guys, so it's your local dealer. But I got those and maples, but again, they're not the go-to products that I tell my customers. When you come in, I look out for you, man. I try to get you the best deal. Those are not the go-to products at the premiums. I think I got maples now for spot plus $650 or something, or the maple leaf type products from Canada. And I've got Silver Eagles. I think they're spot plus 950 or in that range. They might even be higher now, folks. But I don't like selling those products to you folks. But if you're insisting on buying them, I'll buy them. But meanwhile, keep trying to suck up the low premium generic stuff. Any silver you can buy for spot plus $4 or less is a deal, especially. And if you can get it immediate delivery, even better. However, from our local folks, again, you can come in and buy as much silver as you want, but the deliveries are going to be delayed. However, you will be locked in at the lower price, providing the price stays low. Same thing with gold. I was surprised to see gold bars were getting really tough to find out there. And let's take a look at, I'm just curious, JM out there. Let's see what they have in gold products. Gold products. Well, Shop 73 products. In stock gold. All right, they got some of the core products, 1 ounce and Canadian maple leaves. The premiums are up on every one of these. I have these as well. I've got a better price than JM Bullion, Atmex, and SD on this stuff. But silver, let's take a look at in-stock silver. What does in-stock silver look like for JM? And remember, JM actually makes this own stuff. Look at that. And you know why JM, again, huge companies, they still have 1 ounce sunshines in stock at the moment. And let's see, 31, so $32. Look at the premium. Holy crap. They don't have much, folks. Look. Oh, my God. 4, 5, 6 on small quantities, almost a $6 premium on 1 ounce generics. Oh, my God. That means that they're getting low on them, so they raise the price on them, obviously, or their costs got higher. They're scrambling. These guys, even JM, you can tell by these prices that they're scrambling to get product in. Holy smokes. Gosh darn, look at Silver Eagle. Oh my God, $39. Okay, there you go. Wow, $39. Folks, the premiums are insane. I just got to tell you that. And they're a competitive company. However, again, if I got the product in hand, I will beat them. And as far as generic product goes, I got some good deals on some stuff if you don't mind waiting a little bit and locking in. However, the nice thing about me is that we have people sell us gold and silver because we're a retail. We buy over the counter as well. So, we could get someone to bring in 1,000 ounces of 1 ounce rounds to us anytime. And our customers that live in the area are the lucky sons of a guns that get to get those before anyone else does, especially in this environment. Okay, where do we go from here, man? It's the weekend. I'm ready to call it quits. I talked about products. What else do I need to talk about? Let's just take a look at ZH and some news out here. And Biden, God, spare me, please. Or World War, yeah. I mean, think about it. Who's going to start it? We obviously have in some ways. Man, I'm telling you, George Orwell is spinning in his fucking grave, and I said the F word 6 times. Sorry to my religious friends out there, but we're all adults, and words don't hurt anyone. Believe me, if words hurt, we'd be throwing insults at each other instead of throwing bullets at each other. And let's see here. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. So relax to you folks out there that are worried about the F-bombs. I did throw a bunch today. I don't even want to talk about that. Poor El Salvador. I think they got suckered into putting their country's wealth into that. I really do. And if that's the case and we find out that Bitcoin is owned by the CIA or NSA, man, those people should go to prison for sure. Whoever. All right, anyways. Okay, let me just stay away from that. Yep. I'm just looking for some gold and silver news. This is last night. Gold and silver kind of did get monkey hammered down. If you looked at the overnight charts, I mean, look what I was talking about. Look, ready? 1960, $40 down lower. That's consistent. I mean, big, 50 cents lower almost last night too, folks. And what was the result of that? That is because of last night. Russia came out and said that there might be some progress going on. They felt there was progress and ceasefire. That caused the algos and the overnight markets in the equities markets to just fly up, So, and then now Ukraine contradicts this, and then the prices start to drop. Gold goes back up. There's so much nonsense going on out there, folks. And not sure if that's true, but that would not be very, very good, I would think, as far as Bitcoin goes. And not too much here. Man, I like this guy. He's the only voice of reason up there besides, in my opinion, the Democratic side would be Tulsi Gabbard's. I like those two up there, about the only 2 people in D.C. I like. And let's see what else we got going on. again, looking for some gold news, silver news. Not too much, folks, not too much to talk about. Just nothing but crap news out here and lies and bullshit from our governments and governments worldwide. So meanwhile, let's take a look at gata.org and see what's going on. Sanctions won't be confined to Russia. Jim Rickards is exactly right about that. The sanctions are going to hurt us even more. Again, if you watched yesterday's video, some senators, Democrat and Republicans, were talking about bans on Russian gold, and I told you what in moronic idea that is, okay? And again, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I did light them up a little bit, and they deserve it too. What else is going on? China's government, the real, yeah, soon like to boost. Incidentally, not going to read much because it is Friday, man. You guys can read this stuff. And this is suggested reading, not homework, because as I've been reminded, no one likes homework. So make sure you have GAT8 on your bookmark bar. And this weekend, get a little reading in. Read some of these articles right here. I like what they have to say. And if you get a chance, read Ted Butler's stuff as well. Let me show you Ted Butler here. I can't show you his paid-for articles, but he does have some free stuff out here. And just go to Butler Research LLC and we'll hit the home button. And there we go. There's a free archive of stuff that you can read from Ted Butler. A little bit of it's older, but some of his newer stuff you can search on Google and find as well. As far as silver goes, Ted Butler is the smartest man alive, in my opinion, when it comes to silver manipulation. And gata.org does a wonderful job describing who the scumbags are in the gold market. LMBA. And the silver markets Ted Butler does. Crimex. So, those are your scumbags, man. I'm sorry. All right, there we go. Hey, yesterday's video, thank you for watching, everyone. I'd like to thank all these people here, and as you can see their names, thank you very much. I have to kind of run through this fast, so I'm going to look for some specific questions. But everyone, I got to tell you, all of you, Zane, Clayton, everyone, all you new folks, I read every one of these. I really do. Don't always have a chance to answer them all, but I read every one of your comments out there. And I appreciate it, that you folks are the most civil, smart group of commenters on YouTube. You really are, too. I like the conversations that you have amongst yourselves. They're very intelligent, and they're always about learning new things. Let's see here, what else? And can't argue with any of this stuff. Heart of Texas, how you doing? Can you do a show on metals testing? Clayton asked me. Clayton Gurke, I think, asked me, can you do a show on metals testing? I have done it. Look on some of my past videos. I've done some videos on metal testing, but you know what? Maybe an updated one and a more mature Brian as a host can do a better one than the old one I did. So that's certainly a possibility. Thanks for that mention. Devolution, absolutely. Uh-oh, where did I go? Oh no, I just clicked over to Heart of Texas video. Hang on a second. And here we go. I'm going to be making a bunch of noise here. Let me turn that off. And sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean to make you dizzy. I'm going to just go down now. I went from the top up. Now I'm going to go from the top down. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And Michael, actually, he always reminds me of the coffee. You think it maybe is the coffee cup he puts there? Hang on one second. Tree climber Wayne, what's up, man? Trump, thank you. I'm Trump. Yeah. What's up, guys? Thank you for your comments. I can't argue with you at all. And as I said, remember, I do read everything. Michelangelo, boy, that was a long one. I'd read it, but pretty in-depth, and I think you're making a case for cryptos. And I'm sorry, I just disagree with you. I think cryptocurrencies are not, well, cryptos in general. Let's just talk about Bitcoin. Cryptos can encompass so many different things and technologies. I don't want to diss all of them. Thanks for watching and viewing, though. I appreciate it, and your comments. I really do. But I would have to disagree with you. And anybody that wants to read this, here it is right here, Michelangelo. Again, thanks for commenting. Very cool. Absolutely true, Chris. And you know who, 3311 says, there's literally boat tons of silver. How much do you want? I can get it for $33 an ounce if you're a buyer. That, again, you know who you 3311 are. The truth of the matter is the premiums wouldn't be that ridiculously high if there wasn't a shortage. So no, you can't confuse above ground supplies with above ground availability. Just because there's 6 billion ounces above ground, I just made that shit up, by the way, doesn't mean that there's $6 billion available for sale, okay? You get the difference there, sir. And that's kind of the point I was trying to make. So And for other folks that think that there's no silver above ground, as I mentioned yesterday, it's not like eating chocolate cake and all the cake's gone. It still exists, but nobody wants to sell their cake. Everyone wants to buy cake, and that's what creates these shortages that I'm talking about. All right. And C-San, thank you. That was very interesting to read about Sprott Asset Management. You hit it right on the head, and if anyone wants to know what he says, quickly pause this video and you can read this, and you can also reply to him as well. Boy, I like all the comments out here from you folks. Leonard, Guido, Jim, that's true. Silver Loving Lou, John Gordon, Billy. God, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And Alex calls me I'm your favorite YouTuber. Oh man, that's a hard load to carry, dude. I like to just be some little old guy that just makes some videos. Not little old guy, but little old YouTube video guy. But thank you very much. And when you come to town, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Heavy carbon footprint tax coming to crypto, yes. Liquidity differences between bars and coins. Does Florida not have a holding? I've heard this so many times that Florida has a holding period on bars. It does not. It does not. Now, there are some states and there are some counties and cities out there that have some very onerous, draconian laws on holding periods, but that applies to someone that's a pawn shop or has a second-hand dealer's license. All right. So there is some potential places where that may be true, and I do know if you have a second-hand dealer's license or you have a pawn license, you have to hold everything. There are no exemptions, all right? And that's why they have to buy it super cheap too. Thanks for watching, and thanks for that comment, David. I appreciate that. Alex, Jason, there's plenty of gold and silver. There's another comment like that, unfortunately, sir. And as I said, it's not about how much cake is above ground. It's about how much cake people want to sell, okay? And it's not like this stuff disappears either. Silver does, and in manufacturing it does disappear. So there's probably more above ground silver or gold than there is silver to some degree. And thank you, folks. Bernie, weekend at Bernie's, that was true. I think you liked my little meme there. And Donald, Marie, what else? Let's see here. Just seeing if there's anything I can answer. Zipper Fix, nice to see you posting. And man, House and Senate, yeah, unfortunately that's true when it comes to the politicians out here. We're in big trouble. If these are the people, we're in big trouble, man. I hope come elections that there's some massive changes and people actually take the time to look and see if they're voting for someone that's competent. I just want someone competent. I don't even want anyone great anymore. I just want someone competent in office, and we don't have that in Washington, D.C. As I said, maybe a few, Tulsi Gabbard, Rand Paul, if I'm going to name two on both sides of the aisles, and a couple others, I think, too. I was impressed with Manchin, the guy from Virginia, by not blowing our budget out of the water, too, but I don't know what he thinks on other things. Mark Hall, Jeremy Hart of Texas. There you go. Okay, I got up to this point. And, boy, that's it, man. I think we're going to call it a weekend, folks. As you know, I only deal with local people here in South Florida, and we're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. So if you live in South Florida, you can come and see me. We do buy, sell gold, silver, platinum, artwork, antiques, jewelry, you name it, other things as well. But, bullion is our forte here, as is rare coins. If you don't live in my area, please find a good local dealer. Keep that money in your neighborhood. It's so important to keep that money in your state and your community. It gets reused. Again, my staff is part of my family, and they're all my family, even if they're not really my family. And they spend their money in town. They spend their money around here, maybe even with your shop if you're a local listener. So I can't tell you how much it's important not to ship your money out of state. I don't care if it's coins, bullion, tires, jewelry. Try to keep the money local. Well, that's it. Brian Kuzmar, ending it for the weekend. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to certainly try to do the same thing. And I hope there's peace in the world. Happens overnight and this weekend. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.